Elon Musk now has his own city in Texas. SpaceX's private launch site in Boca Chica Village has officially become a city named Starbase after residents voted 212 to 6 in favor of incorporation. Nearly all voters were SpaceX employees or family members, since the company owns most of the homes and employs most of the people living in the area. This vote turns what was once a sleepy coastal village into an officially recognized municipality, led entirely by people who work for Elon Musk. Now, this episode will cover Starbase, how Musk made it happen, why some people are celebrating it, and why others are protesting. We'll break down the vote, who's now in charge, and what it could mean for public land access, environmental concerns, and how companies might take control of entire communities in the future. The creation of Starbase also raises a huge question. What happens when a private corporation becomes the government? Welcome to the Elon Musk podcast. I'm your host, Will Walden.
Your ultimate authority for daily Elon Musk news.
Exploring the world's biggest ideas with your host, Will Walden.
There's something new every day.
Thanks to our amazing community members like you, we've reached the top 15 of Spotify's video podcasts, the top 10 audio podcasts on both Apple and Spotify for the tech category. So you all make this possible. If you want to support us more, check out our Patreon. That's patreon.com/StageZeroNews so we can keep this free and open for you to enjoy. Something interesting happened the other day. I was looking through our stats on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I noticed that about 55% of you are not subscribed to the show. That means 45% of you are subscribed, and I really do appreciate your support. Now, the other 55% of you are awesome, but I'm going to ask you for a favor. Could you please hit the subscribe button? It'll take you 1 second. I'm going to promise you 10 years of this podcast for free. No paywalls. I'm not going to charge you anything ever, but I'm going to give you 10 years of this show for free. I've already been doing it for 5 years, and I plan on doing it for 10 more. And the only way that we can continue doing this is with your support. So 1 second of your time to hit the subscribe button right now would help this show tremendously. Thank you so much. Elon Musk now has his own city in Texas. SpaceX's private launch site in Boca Chica Village has officially become a city called Starbase after residents voted 212 to 6 in favor of incorporation. Nearly all voters were SpaceX employees or family members. Since the company owns most of the homes and employs most of the people living in the area, this vote turns what was once a sleepy coastal village with a few people living there into an officially recognized municipality led by people who work for Elon Musk. Now, in this episode, we're going to cover what Starbase is, how Musk made it happen, and why some people are celebrating it while others are also protesting. We'll break down the vote, who's now in charge, and what it could mean for public land access, environmental concerns, and how companies might take control of entire communities in the future. The creation of Starbase has a big question attached to it. What happens when a private corporation becomes the government? Welcome to the Elon Musk podcast. I'm your host, Will Walden. Elon Musk has talked about building a city in South Texas for years, and now he's done it. On Saturday, voters, mostly SpaceX employees, approved turning Boca Chica into the city of Starbase. The town covers just 1.5 square miles, but includes the SpaceX launch site for Starship. And that's the massive 400 plus foot tall rocket that Elon Musk hopes will take humans to Mars. Now, I want to go back a few years. Right after the pandemic, I went to Starbase and I lived there for around a year. I was covering Starbase and everything happening there when they were building the initial Starship. I was on the side of Highway 4 every single day in the 110-degree heat, filming, videoing, live streaming them, completing the first ship and booster and putting it on the pad. Now, let me tell you this. They are far away from everything. The closest city is Brownsville, Texas, and it's about 30 minutes away, and you have to go way down a desolate road, and there's nothing there. So building SpaceX's Starbase into an official city, You might have thought, well, maybe they were encroaching on a lot of people, but they really weren't. There were only a few people living there when they're making this into its city. So take that into consideration when you learn a little bit more. But the city elected its first mayor, who's Bobby Peden, who has worked at SpaceX since 2013. Two city commissioners were also elected, both with close ties to the company. And all three ran unopposed. There were no public debates, no local forums, and no traditional campaigning. The move gives Musk more control over roads, zoning, and local services. SpaceX says this will help them build housing and infrastructure for employees, something county officials have previously blocked. Now, with their own city, they can improve what they want faster and with fewer outsider restrictions. But not everyone supports this. Protesters have gathered at nearby Boca Chica Beach the day of the vote. Local activists, environmentalists, and members of the Carrizo tribe of Texas say the beach and surrounding land are being destroyed. Each rocket launch requires evacuating the whole area, and residents say they're losing access to places they've used for generations. Musk has not commented on these concerns, though, but the new city is already pushing for more authority. A bill moving through the Texas legislature would let Starbase officials, who are actually Musk's own employees, decide when to shut down a public beach during the weekdays. If it passes, SpaceX won't need county approval anymore to close the beach for rocket tests. They can do it whenever they want to. And this sets a dangerous precedent. The city is entirely populated by people who depend on SpaceX for their jobs and housing. That means the local government serves the company, not the people. Starbase now operates like a private company town with real political power. And Musk is not the only tech figure with these ideas, though. Mark Anderson and Reid Hoffman are funding a similar project in California. And Peter Thiel once backed plans for floating cities. But Elon Musk is the first to actually figure this out. He got a city recognized, staffed by employees, and designed to serve a private company's needs. Now, this blurs the lines between private business and our government. Starbase now controls roads, utilities, and soon, possibly, the beach. That means SpaceX can shape the laws any way that they want. There are transparency laws, though, in Texas, so the city has to follow public records rules, but oversight is minimal if there are no independent voices in power. The big risk is that other companies could do the same thing. If this works for Elon Musk, it's likely others will follow. A tech billionaire could build a workforce town, gain control of local rules, and shape the community that exists solely to serve one business. And now Starbase is a real city. It's run and owned and built by the world's richest man. Let me know what you think in the comments if you have comments on your podcast app. What do you think of this? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think incorporating the city will help Elon Musk and SpaceX get to Mars faster? Will they have less red tape to go through in order to test Starship, which could push them faster and faster to building hundreds of these rockets to get to Mars? Let me know in the comments. Hey, thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your support. If you could take a second and hit the subscribe or the follow button on whatever podcast platform that you're listening on right now, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps out the show tremendously, and you'll never miss an episode. And each episode is about 10 minutes or less to get you caught up quickly. And please, if you want to support the show even more, go to patreon.com/stage0. And please take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you tomorrow.